Say hi. Welcome
Hi,
to the vlog. Okay, I'm gonna stop procrastinating and go run. You're cute. Look at you with your lollipop.
I love them. They're the only thing that brings me joy. Just better there because I just love them so much.
If you guys have no idea who this is, it's my best friend Hannah. If you haven't seen my old videos that she's been in. Switching over to my phone because now I'm about to go on a run. I hope you guys can hear me with my AirPods in. Maybe you can hear me even better. I feel like it's picking up the sound right here, but I knew I wanted to talk about getting back into running in this video. Right now we're just walking quick so that I can talk and I'm not out of breath. But I think the best thing I can tell you is if you want to run, just go and do it. Running is mentally very tough. I mean, physically exhausting too, but I think mentally it's the hardest thing. So that's why I like doing it, because it pushes me and challenges me. It really clears my mind. And normally I wouldn't even bring my phone anymore. But since I just got my Apple Watch, I love running with that. But I knew that I wanted to vlog on my run a little bit. So that's why I brought my phone today. So let's get it. Woo! Wow.
What are you doing?
I need to stretch. I know. I don't even know what it is. I got an Aritzia package. Classic. Oh, goodness, you guys. Normally, I like running slower and longer, but I challenged myself on that one. I had to push my pace a little bit. The first mile was by far the fastest because I was like, I can keep up with the pace. And then I couldn't. Also, did you notice, like, leaving your house for a while is downhill. So then coming back is really uphill. And it's such a challenge. I'm gonna catch my breath and then tell you guys my words of wisdom. My advice. I'm gonna give them advice on how to get back into running like I am, because it's not easy. Okay, now that I've stretched, now for my running tips, because I've seen, oh my gosh, the battery's dying. This always happens to me whenever I want to talk. Let me get my other one. All right, I really wanted this vlog to be about getting back into running, which I'm going to talk about right now, and also kind of just healthy habits that I have been practicing and that I feel like have been extra beneficial for me during this time of quarantine, and that I'll talk about later so that I'm not just blabbing for like ever right now and boring you. But I wrote down some notes to make sure I talk about all of my tips that I have, because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of questions from you guys in my DMs and in comments and stuff being like, well, because I've posted on my Instagram story a couple times like running, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I want your tips, or like, how far do you run? I feel like whenever I post anything about working out, there's so many like detailed questions, like how long are you doing it for, what type of this are you doing, like how fast, like blah blah blah, blah. Like I feel like there's so many questions around it. So whenever I post about running, everyone's like, how far do you run, how much do you run, how fast do you run, stuff like that. So I just want to talk about it. And basically, to backtrack a little bit, back in the day, you guys know that I rode like all of high school and then rode for a year at BU. So anyway, rowing was obviously very like cardio based, but I feel like there's such different types of being in shape. Like I was in really good rowing shape when I first started rowing, but I wasn't in good running shape, and I got to be in really good running shape honestly from, in high school we would run like to warm up for rowing, and I feel like that kind of built it up because we wouldn't run that long. It'd be like a mile, 2 mile, 3 miles, something like that. And then by the time I was rowing in college, just like how much cardio we were doing was like crazy. And whenever I would be injured or something, or we would like run for a practice or whatever, it was like very like long distance, long running. Like I just remember being like, okay, I have 120 minutes of running today, so I would literally just go run for 2 hours. So I'm not really trying to do that anymore because that was just like too much, like over training type, and I would get like the worst shin splints and just feel like crap. But what I'm trying to say is there's been periods of times in my life where I'm in really amazing running shape, and I love that feeling. It's just the best feeling. Like, you guys know I love being on the bike, but there's nothing like the runner's high. And I know probably a bunch of you are watching right now and know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is I just really, and I was kind of saying this before my run earlier, running is something that's so hard for me. And you guys saw how tired I was trying to stretch after. Like, I think honestly because it's so high impact, like your legs pounding on the pavement, but my whole body just aches and is like so sore after running. And partially that is because I'm just not in good running shape anymore and trying to get back into it. But it's just like so challenging, so I like love it because it pushes me. Is anyone else like that? Like, I'm a little crazy, but I just like challenging myself, and it's been honestly really good during quarantine because it uses up a lot of my energy, keeps me busy, keeps me, you know, productive, doing good things. So okay, these are my tips. Ready? If you want to get into running, if you like haven't really been into running before, or whenever I kind of am slacking off and don't run for a while, and then running a couple miles feels like it literally may kill me, this is how I kind of like ease back into it. Keyword, ease back into it. So start slow, and I mean overall in every aspect slow. Like, start slow with how far you're running. Start slow with your literal pace, like run slow. Start slow with like incorporating the running into your routine. Don't be like, okay, I'm gonna run 7 days a week, every week. Like, I just know I can do that. I'm just gonna start today, even though I've never run before. Like, don't do that. You are gonna burn out so fast and feel so sore, and you're gonna have shin splints and your body's gonna fall apart. Just like, don't do that. And I've done it the wrong way so many times, so I can speak from experience. Whenever I've kind of like gotten away from running and gotten back into it, I'm like, well, I can go like cruise through 60 minutes on the bike. Why can't I go run 6 miles? You know, like, I'm fine. And then I do it and my body literally feels like it's falling apart and it hates me. So just like, don't be dumb. Like, if you want to get back into running, start slow. So right now, like for the past couple weeks, I've been trying to just like build up my running base. Like, it's just so weird to me how different types of exercise are. Like I said, like the bike, I would say I'm in like very good biking shape right now. I could go crank out like an hour or two and I'd be fine. But running, I'm not there yet because I've just gotten away from it for so long. So like 2-3 miles feels like a lot, and 4 feels like, oh my goodness. And it's just so weird thinking about like old times when I could go literally crank out 6 or 7 miles like no problem. Like, that was like the minimum, you know? So it's like everyone starts somewhere, and like, it's crazy how your body like adapts to what you do. Like, how you can train up to a certain level. Like Taylor, who can run like literally 18 miles like no problem, you know? Like, it's just so crazy. But anyway, I'm getting chatty. So start slow. Yeah, your distance, your pace, everything like that. And also how many days a week. Like, right now I literally don't have a routine. Like, this is bad because I feel like, and I know that routine is good for like every aspect of your life. Like, you're gonna feel more put together, and like the secret to life is organization and routine. But that can be kind of like overwhelming for me sometimes, a little bit too structured. So it depends on like what I'm feeling. I try to be active in some sort of way, like pretty much every day. I'll take like a day off a week, but especially now, since there's not much else to do, it's like I don't even have excuses, and it's like it makes me feel so good that day, and I'm doing something positive and healthy and productive and fun, and it makes me feel happy after. Like, there's just a million benefits obviously of exercise. I'll do yoga, I'll do a bike, I'll do a run, I'll do a bar, like whatever it is. So yeah, so basically running, I started off like maybe 3 times a week, or maybe this week it'll only be 2 because I don't feel like it and I just want to bike. But I feel like as long as you're doing like a couple days a week, you'll like get into it. Some days you can do 4, like it really, some weeks you can do like 4 days a week. It just like depends. And also listen to your body. Hi. Also, I'm getting chatty. But listen to your body, because like for me, even today, it was probably like the 2nd mile in, and I'm like, why are my shins hurting? Like, can they chill? I feel like I'm someone that just struggles from shin splints and honestly tight calves too, which is probably part of it. I'm always rolling out my calves. But yeah, so just listen to your body, and if you're feeling off or like really tired or sick or something, just like relax. Like, there's always tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like, don't push it. Like, there's sometimes when you're just feeling unmotivated and like a little tired, and the hardest part is just getting started. Like, literally walk out the door and just start running, and that's the hardest part, because once you're going, you're not gonna want to stop. Like you're like, oh, I already started, like I can do it, sort of thing. So you know when it's like you're feeling unmotivated versus like something really feels off, like your hamstring, and you need to like chill for a sec, you know? So just like be honest with yourself with how you're feeling. And yeah, last tip I have is music. I feel like it makes such a difference if you have music that you're listening to that you really enjoy while you're running, and it makes it really fun, go by quick. I think some people listen to podcasts while they run. I feel like I maybe have done that like once or twice. I should probably try that again, especially for like longer runs, because then you're kind of more just like chill, like listening to them talk. But I just find some good music. I've been getting playlists from my friend Maddie, who's a soul instructor in Boston, and so yeah, that's just whose music I listened to today. And I literally will listen to anything when I run. I really like country, I really like pop remixes, like I literally will listen to whatever. I kind of like all music, oldies, throwbacks, classic rock, like whatever. Like I literally will listen to whatever, so it's just kind of whatever works for you. But now I've just talked about running forever, so those are my tips on how to get back into running. And a couple weeks in of like consistent running, you are gonna feel so much better, promise. So hi Max. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye now. Wow, you guys. I literally was just looking back at the footage that you just saw, like the footage I got yesterday, because now it's the next day. And it's just so weird in quarantine how days can be so starkly different from one another. Starkly. So, do you know what I'm saying? How they can be very different, because I just had like the best day yesterday. I was talking about getting back into running, life was good, and then I didn't end up vlogging the rest of the night because we were just spending time with Max's family, like having dinner and stuff. So it was fine. But to be honest, today I've been having the worst day ever, and I just like, I could cry talking to you guys right now, but like I don't want to be the girl that just like cries on her vlog all the time, because I already know that I am. But I was just thinking about it, and I am just pushing myself to finish up this vlog idea that I had. And now it's not even like a vlog, because I just talked about running yesterday, because I really wanted to talk about getting back into running and just kind of like healthy quarantine habits that I've had that I think that have helped a lot and been like beneficial. I think I said that early on in the vlog. But yeah, yesterday started off so good. I had my little workout bar class with Chase. I got my new blue little set. I had the blue top from Aloe, and then I got the leggings. I'm just going to talk about that in like a haul video coming soon. I think I'll do a haul. But that was so fun. And then I FaceTimed Hannah. Also, let me just say, this should be in my habits, that any of the days that I am able to link up in FaceTime with Lucy or my mom or Louisa or Hannah or Taylor or whoever it is, my day is just so much better, like talking to a friend. Like it just feels like I just had a play date with them and hung out with them, and like life is so good. So I think I need to just FaceTime my sister in a little, because I'm just having the worst day, like I said. But I did want to tell you what has been helping me, because even on days like today where it just feels like I can't do anything and like everything is wrong, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean. These little healthy habits that I've kind of been keeping up with, or at least trying to, I feel like help. So maybe this would be helpful for you guys. So we're just gonna get cozy, and I'm gonna tell you them right now. See, I knew vlogging would instantly put me in a better mood. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. I wrote down a list so that I could be structured with you guys. I'm so scatterbrained today. It's just been a weird day. Okay. This is my first tip. Going to bed and waking up not early, like I'm sure you thought I was going to say, but at consistent times. Pretty much everything this is based around is like routine. Didn't I say that earlier in this vlog too? And like organization, that is like the key to life. But going to bed and waking up at consistent times is kind of just like, I feel like it's scientifically proven that it's just like better for your body, and gets your body on like a schedule and a rhythm. And then your body's gonna be like, oh, I always go to bed at 11, it's nearing 11, like it's bedtime. And then your body will always wake up at like whatever time you're always waking up, kind of thing. So I'm not like super structured with this, but I feel like me and Max are better with going to bed, I would say, at a specific time than waking up, because we don't have like specific things really to wake up for, you know, like when you normally do, when you can like have workout classes planned or like work that you have to go to, like that type of stuff. So like for us, we always know we'll usually end up going to bed by like 10:30, 11:30, 12 kind of thing. Like we usually don't stay up past 12. And then waking up can look like anywhere between like 8 or like 10:30 if it's me on my own sleeping all day. But whenever we consistently go to bed at like, you know, 11:30, wake up at 8:30, something like that. Like I literally could sleep forever, so I know that's like 9 hours, but I could sleep like so long. So I feel like I need like a minimum of 8 or 9 anyway. These quarantine times where you can just sleep a lot because there's not much else to do, honestly, it's been so nice for me because I've realized that I'm not like tired any of the days, like, or I'll feel like tired and just like drowsy. Like today I like didn't feel like doing anything. As I'm talking about getting back into running yesterday, and today it felt like nearly impossible to like work out at all, so I just didn't. We just went on like an hour little walk, so that's like something is better than nothing. That's still like physical activity, you know, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Outside time, that's like the real key and why I did that, because like walking outside in nature didn't even feel like a workout, but I guess it was like moving my body in some way, you know. But I just was not gonna put on a sports bra and leggings and work out today because that just seemed impossible, you know. Maybe let's just talk about outside time right now. Where is it on my list? There it is. That's really why I made us go on a little walk in nature for like an hour. Because whenever I'm actually outside and like feeling the breeze and smelling the trees, like I know that sounds dumb, but I feel so much better. So yeah, if you can push yourself to get a little outside time every day, it'll be beneficial. Some of you are probably lucky people that live in Florida or California or wherever it's like warm right now, and you probably are like outside all the time anyway, going on walks or runs or swims or I don't know. But here I was still in my big winter parka, and tomorrow is May 1st, so yeah, it's still cold here, but outside time always just makes me feel a lot more sane. And I've noticed there's been like maybe 2 days or 3 days at a time in a row where I won't get any outside time, and I start to go crazy and feel really like claustrophobic and suffocated and pent up. So I need my outside time, and I think that's like a good healthy habit to get into, going outside a bunch. And also my next advice is to have a plan for the next day, even if it isn't the same like day by day, even if you don't have the same like daily routine, because I feel like that just seems really overwhelming to me. So I feel like what kind of works for me, what I'll like look at the day before is like, okay, these are the things I want to do tomorrow, and just have a plan, like have a plan of action. And honestly, I'm so lucky. What helps with that a lot is Mac's sister Chase teaches her bar workout classes here, so I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna start my day with like her 8:30 bar class or her 9:30 bar class. So then after that, I'm gonna have breakfast, I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna do this. So that kind of helps me if you have something that you can like base it around. That's really nice. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna record my podcast then so I can do this video then. So even though I feel like my days look really different, like Monday compared to Tuesday, Tuesday compared to Wednesday, I just will like have a plan the night before, and that kind of keeps me a little bit organized, especially if you're someone like me that is bad at staying on like a daily routine. Even if you just have some sort of idea of what you're gonna do the next day, it's probably better than just waking up and being like, I wonder what today will bring, you know. But that's honestly what I'm doing today, so balance, people. And then another tip I have is, if you can set aside a time, I don't know how to describe it, to like challenge your brain or like learn a new skill, like to be mentally stimulated a little bit, especially if you're like me and you're not in school anymore. I guess a lot of you that are taking online classes, like that's a good time, you're like learning and kind of that kind of thing. But if you're not doing any of that, and like I'm still, you know, working and doing my YouTube videos and my podcasts and stuff, but for me, it's like it doesn't really involve much new learning since I know what I'm doing already, if that makes sense. Like I'm always trying to incorporate new things, but do you know what I mean? So for me, what that can look like is reading to learn new things, or learning new skills in my area, like learning better techniques on Photoshop is something I have to do on my to-do list that I want to do with my time, because it's like now I have the time to do it kind of thing. So I feel like if you can plan that in there, you'll feel a lot more productive. I have a couple more things, like self-care, obviously me time. I won't even spend much time on that because we all know. I feel like everyone really should be taking this quarantine time instead of using it for complaining. If you are bored in the house and in the house bored, I talked about this on my Instagram yesterday, and it's like, and even today when I'm just having like a down day, like I can still realize how privileged I am to be in a warm house with food in the fridge, and mainly privileged with my health in a time when it's so precious. And I think just like realizing all of that and feeling grateful will have you feeling better. With that, like focusing on what you can control in this situation and kind of using this time to be like the best version of you and to do things that you've always wanted to do. I guess the last two things would be planning in your workouts. Again, for me, day to day that looks really different, and usually it's like the night before, the morning of, listening to my body. Like today I'm like, oh my gosh guys, yesterday what you saw, that bar class with Chase, was like abs and arms, and I'm so sore from it. So I knew that I didn't want to do too much today anyway, so that walk was like perfect, good, a little bit of a more chill day. So kind of listening to your body, but like planning in like, oh, I'm gonna do this bike ride or I'm gonna do this run at this time, I feel like can be really helpful. Just a healthy habit to just like plan it in, even if it's like putting it in your calendar on your phone or like writing it down. Maybe then you're a little bit more tied to it, because I know now it's probably hard. Like workout classes really keep you accountable because you're paying for like a certain time, you know. And now I feel like I'm like, oh, I'll work out later, and it's like, no, you need to plan it in there so that you actually do it. And last but not least would be just as like a general reminder, especially in quarantine, it's a good habit to have because you're stuck inside and have more time to prepare your food when maybe you're normally have less time to prepare food if you know, are working like a 9-to-5 job and you have to bring your lunch kind of thing. But it's like, now that you're home, you know what I mean? Like you have access to like your kitchen. And so I think just a general reminder is to eat the food that makes you feel good, not taste good in the moment and makes you feel like crap later. And trust me, I'm still working on this. Like yesterday, I ate so much ice cream again, and guess whose stomach killed at nighttime? Mine. And like, I'm still learning. But on the days that I focus on eating the foods that I know make me feel the best, I feel so much better. And also, I ate Chick-fil-A today, and usually it makes me feel like groggy, like how I am right now. So it's a work in progress, but now it just makes it seem like I'm not even following this habit. But I promise on the days that I do, I feel so much better. Like yesterday, I ate a bunch of raspberries, and I was like, wow, I need to just eat more fruit, focus on my fruit and vegetables, my little wraps, my oatmeal, my avocado toast. That always makes me feel fueled, not like overly full type of thing after. So yeah, I think those are my healthy quarantine habits I wanted to share with you guys. Sorry, this is like the weirdest video ever now. I'm just like in the weirdest headspace, but I'm sure I'm not alone in this right now. And I think I just need to go watch the Outer Banks and like chill for a sec and let my brain like turn off, you know what I mean? But I think that this is just gonna be the end of the vlog here, because I don't want to bore you with the rest of my day and what it looks like. I'm just like in the weirdest mood today. You know what I mean? So I better save the filming for when I feel better, like tomorrow. I just know I need to just go to sleep, start over my day. Tomorrow morning, getting after it, I'll feel better. But yeah, I thought I could still share that with you now though, because even on days like today, if you're having a weird off day, your healthy habits can make you feel a lot better. And yeah, I think that's all I have for this vlog. I hope you got like some sort of value. I hope this was helpful in some sort of way. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.